is up, awesome people, and welcome back to my Pokemon trading card game short play. In the last episode, we took down the Rock Club, I do believe, using the Mono Green deck, which was the Venusaur deck. So since then and now, I have been going through deciding what deck I should do or what club I should take down, and I'm kind of torn. Should we do the Fighting Club, or should we do the Psychic Club? I feel the Psychic Club is almost the way to go because that would be the more, I guess, hardcore mode of using this deck, because the deck I have got to use in this episode is a Psychic deck. It's quite an interesting Psychic deck because I think I could be kind of reaching for like the top tier Psychic cards, and normally I try to avoid that and go for something unique as a way of making the episodes a little bit more exciting for you guys. But I think just after explaining that, I think I might go Psychic Club. So I've got no idea how this is going to go, and I do believe I may not have the card to kind of counter one particular card in the Psychic deck, and I will explain it while I'm going through this particular deck. So without further ado, let's actually go through and have a look at this deck. So I kind of didn't go through and give this deck a unique name like I've done with the other ones, or just a little fun fact for those of you who haven't worked out what the names of the other decks are. The first deck is the Lizardon Aka deck, which is Japanese for Charizard Red deck. Fishigibana Midori deck is Venusaur Green deck, and Kamex Ao deck is Blastoise Blue. Kind of makes sense after just saying that, and I just thought that was an interesting little tidbit back to the Japanese stuff, considering, as a lot of people would know, I do dive into a lot of the Japanese Pokemon stuff. But anyways, didn't go anything really serious with this particular deck, so I was kind of mucking around with it, going, you know, this could particularly work, this could be a fun deck to run, and in the end I've kind of just gone, I'm going to be using it, whatever. Anyways, let's have a look at it. So in this deck, as I said, it's going to be a mono purple deck, which is a Psychic deck, and Psychic is quite a unique typing for the TCG. It is weak to itself. Some cards are weak to other cards, because I think there's some cards like Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar, which are actually weak to the brown cards, the fighting cards, because of the fact that the fighting cards in the TCG resemble ground types in this game as well, so there's some Pokemon that work like that, which is great, especially in this situation since we are taking on the Psychic Club, as I've kind of worked out in the last second. Anyways, we've got Kadabra and Alakazam as ×2 for this deck. I'm running Alakazam for one main reason, and this one kind of works like the Slowbro card that we've seen Imakuni run in his deck, which is the whole absorbing damage onto itself, but this one allows you to actually take damage from one card and take it to another, and I can't remember if it's just one damage counter or if you can do unlimited amount, kind of similar to the energy swap with the Venusaur Perky Power. We'll just find out in a second. As often as you like during your turn, before you attack, you may move one damage counter from one of your Pokemon to another as long as you don't knock out that Pokemon. This power can't be used if Alakazam is asleep, confused, or paralyzed. As often as you like. So yeah, it is very similar to a Venusaur. Also, I forgot to mention, I am still slightly sick. I've got a slight headache as I am recording this video, so if I do make slight little errors in my commentary, that's kind of why, because normally I'm right on the ball with a lot of my explanations. But at the moment, just kind of bear with me, because I do have, as I said, I've still got the cold on me, and I've still got a slight headache as I record. Anyways, its main move, of course, is Confuse Ray with 3 Psychic Energy required, does 30 damage, flip a coin if heads, defending Pokemon is now confused, aka, will never be confused, because I don't seem to ever flip a head ever. Anyways, that's Alakazam. The next 3 we have is, I don't know, I was going to say, I don't know why I got any Haunter, but then I see which Haunter I'm actually running. So there's 2 Haunters I could have potentially run with this deck. I'll explain why I chose the level 22 Haunter instead, and we also got Gengar as well. So while I was actually kind of debating whether or not to go with the Gengar, considering of the Haunter's, I guess, combo that it particularly runs, but after using it by itself, and then using, like, you know, maybe 1 copy of Gengar, then 3 copies of Haunter, I kind of went for the Gengar for even amount, mainly because of the fact of how luck-reliant Haunter is. So in this case, Haunter, the level 22 version has Hypnosis and Dream Eater. Sounds really awesome considering that Dream Eater has 50 damage as well. Hypnosis does put the Pokemon to sleep, no flips required there, which is awesome, great for me. But unfortunately, there are some flips required by the opponent's side. So each standby phase, the opponent has to flip a coin. If heads, Pokemon wakes up. If tails, Pokemon stays asleep. They have to flip 2 coins potentially to stay asleep. So if I flip 2 tails, that's great. I can go for Dream Eater and do 50 damage. Or in is super effective a case, it would be 100 instead, which is quite nasty. But, as I said, I do need to rely on 2 tails, and most times that doesn't happen. So I very rarely get to use Dream Eater, which is quite sad, but if I do pull it off, it is something quite marvellous. As for the Gengar, Gengar has Poke Power of Curse and has Dark Mind. Curse allows you to move 1 damage counter from any of the opponent's Pokemon at all, and that includes knocking out the Pokemon as well. So potentially what you can do is go through and move damage counters all into 1 Pokemon and then just knock them out on the bench while still attacking the active Pokemon, or you can go through and move extra damage counters from the bench onto the active Pokemon to potentially knock them out. Obviously the usual shenanigans for Poke Power, can't use when asleep, confused, or paralyzed. That combined with Dark Mind with 3 Psychic Energy required for 30, also puts 1 damage counter on the bench Pokemon as well, regardless of weakness and resistance, which potentially means you can do 30 to an active Pokemon and then an extra to the bench, which means you can, on the next turn, use your Poke Power, move that 1 damage counter from the bench onto the active, doing 40 damage potentially, or even as you do each turn. Or as I said, you can just stack them up on the bench and just potentially knock out a bench Pokemon and an active at the same time, depending on how you want to work your attacks. So that's one way of working Gengar, and actually that's why I potentially went with 2 copies of Gengar and Haunter. And the reason why I didn't go with the other Haunter is 1, I only have one copy of, which isn't that great, and the Poke Power on this one is Transparency, which I actually have not personally looked at, and its only move is Nightmare, so 10 damage for 1 Psychic Energy card or 1 Energy card of any type. Transparency, whenever an attack does anything to Haunter, flip a coin of heads, prevent all effects of that attack, including damage done to Haunter. This power stops working while the Haunter is asleep, confused, or paralyzed. It's a coin flip. We know how that's going to work with me. I'm going to flip all the tails and get all the damage done in the world. So, it's kind of gimmicky, and Nightmare's kind of great. It does put the Pokemon asleep, but the damage output is so small. I guess it kind of is a better trade-off than relying on Hypnosis, I guess, and then relying on them to stay asleep for Dream Eater. I don't know, I just prefer that if it does work, then that's 50 damage straight off the bat with Dream Eater. That's just me personally. And the other card we are running in this deck is going to be not Jinx, is going to be Mr. Mime. So Mr. Mime, this is going to be the only problem with going up against the Psychic Club. There is a chance, a really good chance, probably 100% chance they're going to be using this particular card. Why is it such a deadly card? Is because of its Poke Power. It's not Meditate, that is quite scary on its own, to be perfectly honest, but its Poke Power alone is something to be quite scared of. So, Invisible Wall. Whenever attack, including your own, does 30 or more damage to Mr. Mime, the reason why it says your own is because of Confusion being super effective to Mr. Mime as well. So when that hits, it technically does 40 damage, meaning Invisible Wall cancels out Confusion. Not good. It's great, personally, if you've been affected by Confusion and you hit yourself in Confusion, you're not going to get damaged by it. But anyways, prevent all damage and other effects, prevent that damage. So in other words, it gets negated. You deal Confusion damage to yourself, gone, it's 40 damage. Hit it for more than 30, gone. Hit it for super effective, you're going to deal nothing. Any other effects or attacks still happen, so things like Toxic still happen, which is great. Anything, you'd really need things like that, Nightmare ability on not ability, move on Haunter, the one I just brought up, to actually hit this thing, because I'd be hitting for 20, not 10. But other than that, my deck has nothing to hit for less than 30, because all of my moves will be super effective. I don't think there's anything for 10. Maybe on my Ghastly? I mean, I have Lick. I'd have to rely on Lick and my paralysis chance from heads. And I think Abra has Side Shock. Okay, so I'd have to rely on things like my basics, my Abra and my Ghastly to get around that Mr. Mime. Other than that, I have nothing. I mean, I could have done Mewtwo, for example. I mean, I'm kind of saving that for a little bit later because I just thought that could potentially be overkill with this deck. Mewtwo works like Mewtwo does in the actual TCG from every other expansion. Does 10 damage plus 10 damage more for each energy card attached to the defending Pokemon. So I'm probably going to leave that for the Grandmasters because I would say they have better energy output than what the actual normal clubs do. So far we've been lucky enough to go up against very little energy usage in all the clubs because of how fast they've been taking down. But I would imagine the Grandmasters would go boom, 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 boom. So Mewtwo would be probably great there. So that'll be the only time I'll ever be using Mewtwo personally. Other than that, we have our usual trainer cards here. We've got Professor Oak, we've got Bill, but this time we're actually running Mr. Fuji. So I did potentially have a little, I guess, foreshadowing moment early in the series saying I could potentially be using Mr. Fuji. And this time I am. So choose a Pokemon on your bench, shuffle it, and any cards attached to it into your deck. And this will be working in with the curse ability with Gengar. So what I'm going to be doing is, sorry, not get the curse ability. It'll be the Poke Power of Alakazam. I've already forgotten what its name is. Where I can potentially shuffle around all my damage counters and give it to the bench. What I then can do is grab my Mr. Fuji card, take off all the Pokemon cards from that particular Pokemon, and then put them straight back in my deck, and that removes all the damage counters. So it's potentially like a free heal, which is great, and it's also great for kind of just recycling my cards before they get knocked out. So that's like potentially one combo I do want to try, which is why I've got Mr. Fuji in this deck. Other than that, I don't think there's any other new cards I'm bringing into the whole shenanigans here. I've got my energy search, I've got my energy removals, I've got my Pokeballs. Other than that, I think I've got nothing. I mean, I could potentially throw defenders in this deck because of the fact, as I said, I'm weak to myself when I do confusion. If I come across any confusion, if I flip a tails, I'm going to be doing 40 damage instead of 20, so that's not going to be very nice for me. I have 4 potions. I could potentially run things like Pokemon Center. Sorry, not Pokemon Center. I know the thing I'm talking about. Oh, it is Pokemon Center. What am I thinking? As I said, I've got a headache. I'm not particularly on the ball at the moment. But other than that, I've got 15 Psychic Energy, and that's about it. That's all the shenanigans with this particular deck. So, we've done about 10 minutes of talking about the deck. Let's actually talk about something I forgot to talk about the last couple of episodes, I think. So, in regards to the card album, while I've got that up, I finally completed Colourless, which is great. I finally got the card I was missing, which was Electabuzz. And funny enough, I need a bit more Electabuzzes because in order for me to do the electric deck for the Water Club, I need more Electabuzzes. I've only got 1, so I ain't going to suffice with 1. And there's actually a trade I need to do on the Overworld to get a promotional card. I would actually need an Electabuzz, so that's going to be great. Also, update in regards to something else. There was a trainer I said no to in regards to giving him energy cards. Turns out, he gives you a promotional card. He hasn't come back. So, there's a potential chance I may miss out on a promotional card since he ain't coming back. So I'm gonna hope he respawns so I can say yes to giving him my energy cards. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to start up like another game or something like that and see if I can trade that card or something to this game, because otherwise I ain't getting 100%, and that's gonna really trigger me. Anyways, Evolution's got 50. We've got 50 out of 51 for Mystery, which is great. And Laboratory just starting to creep up there, 49 out of 51. So I'm missing a few cards from this deck still. I'm still missing Dragonair, which is kind of salty considering the fact I've got Dragonite already. So that's still a thing. Alright, oh, and the reason why I went to the PC is because I wanted to read the mails. So I have 2 free mails here that I could have read. So let's have a look at these. Mail 4. Kath, it's me, Dr. Mason. I really can't do the voices at the moment. I'm so sorry because my throat's still buggered. Anyways, I have some information about Gene's deck, which is the Rock Club Master. He's the master of the Rock Club. His Rock Crusher deck is extremely strong against Lightning Pokemon, but it's weak against Grass Pokemon, which is the deck we actually went up against with. I suggest you study the deck from the Grass Metal deck machine. Oh, before I forget, here's a booster pack for you. So we get a free Evolution booster pack. Nice. Even though I don't really need anything from it, but a few Pokemon breeders and Pokemon traders would be very nice. We have Gengar. Got more Gengars. Nice. Butterfree, Ivysaur, Pokeflute. Nice. Ghastly, Pidgey, Krabby, Cubone, Gust of Wind, and Grass Energy. Not like I need any more Grass Energies because I got 99 of them. Pokeflute is quite nice because there is a strategy I can use with Pokeflute. Kath, go defeat Gene, the Master of the Rock Club. Too late, I've already beaten him. From Dr. Mason. And what's Mail 5, I'd like to know? It's me, Dr. Mason. It looks like you've won quite a few medals. Want to try building your own deck? Start by changing some of the cards in your present deck. Keep changing a few cards at a time, and eventually you'll have your own unique deck. It's not that difficult. Give it a try. I've already been doing that. Thanks! Here's a deal. This time you get 2 booster packs. Nice! Hopefully comes with cards I actually need. So we get Colosseum. Nice, because I actually do need a card from Colosseum. Please give me some Electabuzz. Gyarados, Magma, Defender, Nidoran, Predator, Pikachu, Machop, Nidoran Male. I got Lightning Energy at least, but I didn't get an Electabuzz. Bugger. And an Evolution. Come on, Pokemon Trader, Pokemon Breeder. Too bad. Gengar again? Super Potion, Ivysaur, Water Turtle, Cubone, Jigglypuff, Geodude, Eevee, and Pidgey Fire Energy. Alright, that's not cool. Okay. So, where am I to begin with? Water Club. Okay, well, I've obviously been chasing Ubikuni around, so that's why I'm here at the moment. Alright, so as I said, we had the potential chance of doing Fighting Club with this deck, or we head off and do the Psychic Club. But as I said, I think it'd be more interesting if I went and did the Psychic Club plus bowl it over now, because this is one of the hardest clubs in my honest opinion from what I slightly remember about this game. I think I did like one trainer in this club and then turned tailed and ran because I was like still a beginner at this game. There seem to be a lot of people around at the moment, so let's talk to a few people. I don't like people who think too highly of themselves, that's why I don't like the members of the Psychic Club. I wish I could knock them off their high horses. Would you try to defeat Murray, the Psychic Club Master? If you defeat Murray, I'll give you something really valuable. Grant the old man's wish? Yes. Good, I'll be waiting here for you. That is a potential promotional card, so nice. We'll definitely take that. The legendary Pokemon cards are the ultimate cards. Everyone wants to inherit the legendary cards. That's why we play against so many different people. I just lost a duel, so I can't play right now. Yeah, you can. What says you can't? There's no rule that says that. I dropped all my cards, so I'm putting them in order here. Why? 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 I'm Robert, I'm a member of the Psychic Club. My ghost deck is really strong. It doesn't have any weaknesses, and it's difficult for opponents to attack to cause damage. Oh no, does it? No, that doesn't have Mr. Mime, surely. Would you like to duel me? Not quite yet. And yes, I am boring for that reason. What? You also want legendary Pokemon cards? I want them too, but I'm still not quite good enough. That's very weird. There's not normally a person out in this area. Alright, so in the actual battling arena, we have 2 trainers, and we've got this dude up here. Is this Murray? Let me see if this happens and that. So, Club Master Murray doesn't listen to what people are saying. How rude! I guess the only way he's going to listen to us is if we actually make some noise and take some people out. Well, I guess we start with Robert. Considering he said he's got no weaknesses, I think we should start with him, and I'm assuming he's got Mr. Mime, so we'll just knock this out now. A single match with 4 prizes, come on my precious ghost, let's make this Pokemon disappear. And yes, I did say this instead of his. Dyslexic Mux, the Psychic Club member Robert Ghost deck. Okay, let's draw 7 cards. Okay, no basic Pokemon in my hand, that's to be expected. I had absolutely nothing, actually. That's no surprise. Okay, shuffle my deck. I don't think I was carrying many Pokemon cards, to be perfectly honest there. And again, no, I had Haunter and Gengar, just to show me I didn't have Ghastly. That would have been actually quite a good start. Okay, finally, we have Mr. Mime, which is a great... What? 3 Mr. Mimes? What? That's some shenanigans. Well, I guess we play Mr. Mime. I mean, that's great for me because unless he's only doing Lick or something, he can't really hurt my Mr. Mime. But I could probably turn around and bite my own words for that. Heads! Wow, that's a good start. Get a Kadabra, can't really do too much with that. I don't even have a Pokemon trader either, so I can't trade that in for Abra. I got a maintenance at least. So with that, I can't really do that because it's first turn. Psychic energy onto Mr. Mime. I could potentially go just the maintenance. Throw the Kadabra back. Throw the psychic energy back because I've already got enough to... Oh, I got Ghastly, nice. Well, that was worth it. Ghastly on the field, which is awesome. I can go get the Gengar. I need 2 energy cards to use Meditate. So what Meditate does is, I forgot to mention what Meditate does. So Meditate gets more powerful with more damage counters on the opponent's Pokemon. So no damage counters at the moment. Retreat into Ditto. Grass Energy onto Ditto. And going for the power for 10. Well, that was quite a smart play because no super effective, no modifiers means they're going to be doing 10 at least to me every time. Pokemon Trader, which is great. So if I get something like a Gengar in my hand, I can just automatically trade that in for a Haunter and evolve the Ghastly. Even if I get like an Alakazam or something, I'm just trading for the Abra. So I'm going to start off with 10 damage. This has resistance, of course it's got resistance. I'm doing nothing! That's a great start. That's why he swapped in. Just a shame I can't do anything. Probably should have checked that before I decided to go ahead and attack. Because Mr. Mime can't touch Ditto at all. That's absolutely horrible. And I think I have quite a high retreat cost on this. I have, oh sorry, I got no, I got 1 retreat cost. Damn it. At the moment, I can't do anything. This power cup does damage plus 10 damage more for each damage counted on the defending Pokemon. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. Why does this person have a Ditto? Why do I have nothing to attack this at the moment? This is a bit of a, kind of in shambles at the moment. Luckily we've got Professor Oak. Let's actually try and get something I could use. What did we get? Psychic, 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 Maintenance, Kadabra, Haunter. I got Haunter at least. That's a start. Let's throw an energy card there. Let's just throw away my 2 energy cards back into the deck because I do have an energy search. I drew back another energy card. That's always a thing. I'm just gonna let the Mr. Mime die, I think, at this point. There's not much I can do there. 3 energy cards on the Ditto. Double Colourless and a Grass Energy, that's always great. Okay, so let's see if we can pull a win with this Haunter. So I can use Hypnosis on this thing, put it to sleep and hope for 2 tails, then go for the Dream Eater. At the moment, there's no point in me trying to, I guess, go for more energy cards. Because if I can't pull the Gengar, I can't do anything. But if I do get Gengar, it means I can go for the Dark Mind and do 1 damage to any of the bench Pokemon and then use Curse to put a damage counter onto the Ditto. That would have been great if I didn't have full heal, but at least I burnt that at least. So that's great, full heal out the way. Professor Oak there, gonna discard the hand, draw another 7. Hopefully I don't have another full heal on this deck because otherwise that's gonna be very, very sad. Okay, I got Pokemon Breeder. Hey, but I don't have a basic in my bench, which is not good. Yay. Okay, let's try Hypnosis. As I said, I did burn the full heal, which is great. So put that back to sleep. Please don't flip our heads. Yes. So still asleep. I need 1 more tails. And no full heal, of course. So Zubat. Yes. Tails. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, we're in business. I drew another Kadabra. Not cool. Okay, Dream Eater. Go for 50. Due to resistance, we'll do 30. Oh, sorry, it does 20. Yes, still asleep. Nice. So if it flip another Tails, that'll be another 20 damage. Evolves into Golbat. Psychic. I should be putting Psychic Energy cards onto Mr. Mimes now that I think about it. Yes! Okay, this person's got my terrible luck. I don't feel sorry for them at all because it's actually great for me. And I got the Gengar. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go into the Gengar. Let's put a Psychic Energy onto the Gengar. And my throat is not liking this enthusiasm at all. Let's start deck thinging my... thinging my deck. I don't know why I always say it like that. Deck thinging. I know what I'm talking about. I never say it the right way though. Thin the deck a little bit with my energy searches. Then I can start throwing them down onto the Mr. Mimes on my bench because I can rely on them. I can start going for Dark Mind. That will resist the Dark Minds quite a fair amount, but I could deal damage to the bench Pokemon. Let's do some bench damage to the Golbat. Received no damage, but I don't care. The Golbat's going to be getting it. Okay, still asleep, which is great. This is where Curse is going to come in very handy, actually. Double Colourless back onto Ditto. Still asleep, hopefully. Oh, unfortunately, it wakes up. Okay, energy removal. I mean, while this guy is just continuously throwing his Double Colourless onto his Golbats, I don't know why he's doing that, to be perfectly honest. Pokepower, Curse. Move that onto that. What else am I doing? I just had like a whole train of thought, then I forgot what I was doing. Dark Mind, and that's what I'm doing. Golbat. I mean, there's no point about what Pokemon I actually choose. I'm only just moving it back to Ditto. I think he's actually trying to go for the morph, actually. That's why he's throwing his double Colourless down onto the Ditto. Anyways, Pokepower, Curse. I want yes, not no. Move that. One more Curse and that Ditto goes down. I mean, let's just throw it in the mouth. So what, as I said, great thing about Dark Mind is it does ignore weakness and resistance. So I think that Meowth would have weakness, resistance to Ghost as well, or Psychic. Yeah, so I thought he went for the morph. So it morphed into a Ghastly itself. What I can do here is I can Pokeball. I need another Pokeball. So I could have gone straight for an Alakazam. Damn it, didn't matter. Forget what I was going to do. So unfortunately, I nearly just knocked it out, but it's alright. Now I regret actually putting that 1 damage counter onto Meowth, because I actually could have put that onto the Golbat. Okay, first prize card to me, finally. So another Ghastly's on the field. Going for Recycle. Flip the tails, so that's unsuccessful there. Another Recycle, alright. That's a success though. Gotta bring in a Ghastly back, the one I just knocked out. Right, Lick. If heads, I'm paralyzed. Nope, gets the tails, which is great. That is neutral damage, because I think, as I said, I'm weak to the ground type. I got Abra, nice. As I said, if I had Alakazam, oh wait, Alakazam! Yes, and Alakazam, here we come! I can use my Pokemon Breeder. Grab that, Pokemon Breeder. Wait. Oh, because I just put it down. No, what are you thinking, KrimZen? I know you got a cold, but that should have been like an ease-peas mistake to avoid. Anyways, Dark Mind. Go for the Meowth. Okay, continuing on. Next time I got an Alakazam, which is great. Okay, going into the Meowth, that's interesting. Oh, okay, going for the potion. I don't know why he still swapped, because could have still done that from the bench. Okay, now we can do that shenanigans with Poke Breeder. I'm getting so excited that I don't even read text at the moment. So there we go, damage swap. Meaning I can now move those damage counters from a Gengar onto someone else, which is probably what I'm going to do right now, actually. And if I draw Mr. Fuji, at some point, I could just heal off my Alakazam by putting it back on in my deck and just removing those damage counters. No energy cards on. Might get rid of those off of the Golbat. Now, Golbat required grass energy cards, I do believe, to actually run its moves. So do that. And I think we might hit that Ghastly. I think it's got resistance. Yeah, it does. Perfectly fine. Okay, double Colourless right there. Payday. 10 damage. Flip a coin, draw 1 card. Alright. So it's got potentially some great draw power with that card too. I think I might just keep sticking... But I keep sticking my energy cards onto the Mr. Mime, and then I could just rely on Dark Mind at this point to try and spread some damage onto the Pokemon, therefore powering up my Meditate. But another prize card was drawn, Alakazam gets pulled, which is great. Another Meowth, so as I said, with the great draw power he has, he does have a chance of decking himself out, but then, as I've probably mentioned in the past, so do my decks. They've got huge draw power potential and huge decking out capabilities. Alright. Awesome, so we can go grab a Abra, put that on the bench, and I don't even need a Pokemon Breeder because I only have one in this deck, but I do have Kadabra and Alakazam already in my deck, so the conditions there are fine. We'll start knocking out that Ghastly. And then next turn I can go for Curse, move a damage counter from Meowth, and take that to that Ghastly and knock it out, which is great. And he still can't flip ahead, which is great. I should have won this duel probably a long time ago, but I haven't. That's just the way things roll, I guess. Okay, let's move some damage counters. As I said, I probably could have used the potion on my Gengar. I just did it the long way, I know, but hey, I thought I might just be a little bit fancy. Okay, so we've got a Kadabra there, and we are building up a second Alakazam as well, so I want to go Curse as well for that. Move that onto the Ghastly on the bench. Go for Dark Mind. Knock out that Ghastly on the bench, and that'll be my third prize card drawn. Boom. Ghastly was knocked out. Bench attacks too strong. Anyways, I drew a Psychic Energy card there. Psychic Energy on the Golbat. Payday, another 10 onto the Ghastly. Sorry, not Ghastly, Gengar. At this point now, I'm just going to keep going Dark Mind and just keep trying to knock out a bench Pokemon at this point. Cover that. Go for the Kadabra. No Pokemon capable of... Oh. Yes, there is. Wrong Pokemon. Alright, got a second Alakazam, so meaning once I get Mr. Fuji, I can just move my Alakazam back into the bench and just recover it that way. And that means I'm free to put Psychic Energy cards onto that. And unfortunately, the remaining two Pokemon have really high HP. I'll go for Meowth because it's got something less than what Golbat does. Alright, so at this point, I'm just going to survive my moves and just rely on 10 HP. Yeah, I say put the Ghastly onto the bench. Nice. I can just curse that. Keep drawing those pathetic cards because you're going to lose in 2 turns now. If I've got my math right, which I probably don't. I've never had my math right when I'm 6, so let's go. Pokepower, curse, yes. Grab that, put that there instead. My bad. Put that on Ghastly. Boom. No damage. Ah, this is so slow. Why did the first trainer have to have all Colourless Pokemon? Ah, so sad. Did not know this was going to happen. If I'd known this was going to happen, I probably would have used one of my other decks. Alright, slowly getting there. Final turn of the final day. The moon's going to crash for this poor guy with Dark Mind. I drew 2 Energy Search. Before I do misplay and put it on the wrong bench Pokemon. But no, I choose the right one, luckily. Take out the bench Pokemon. Finally, the last... I drew all my prize cards thanks to Dark Mind bench damage. I did not take out a single one. I didn't take out a single active Pokemon. I don't think. If I did, it was with Pokepower. Oh my god, that was pathetic. It took us 20 minutes. About 20 minutes to win that duel. My god, that was so slow. How could my ghost deck lose? Thankfully, I had Gengar. I think that Gengar's gonna be the only one gonna be taking out Mr. Mime as well. I'd have to survive a few Meditates, and then I have hopefully an Alakazam out the back as well to lower the damage as well for Meditate. Just keep using Dark Mind and Curse in combination to take that out. Oh man, that's gonna be a fun duel. Vaporeon, Machoke, Jinx, Rapidash, Ghastly, Caterpie, Pidgey, Bulbasaur, and Energy Search and Psychic Energy. Alright, 2 of them. We got Gengar. Another Gengar. That's the 3rd one for this episode. Golem, Kingler, Haunter, Jigglypuff, Energy Search, Caterpie, Ghastly, da-da-da. Alright, that's 1 trainer down. Hopefully the next duel doesn't take that long because otherwise we ain't getting too far in this club. Whew. That's actually the slowest I've ever seen that deck work. Okay, next up we've got Stephanie. So you've won quite a few medals. Okay, let's duel, but I see the future. You will lose. I hope not. I really hope not. Anyways, here we go. She's actually got quite a cool trainer profile there. Strange Power deck. That's a Slowbro deck, because I'm pretty damn sure that the Pokepower on Slowbro is called Strange Power. Ew. If that's the case, this could potentially be a slow battle. Anyways, we actually had basic Pokemon to begin with. What do we have? That's actually not a bad hand. We have Ghastly and Haunter. I could take that. She has one bench, which is good. Tails. Hey, what's this shenanigans? I actually flipped 2 heads. And I get a Pokemon breeder to begin with, which is nice. We could potentially thin the deck. Which I might do, actually. Just for the sake of thinning the deck. 15 energy cards is quite a lot to get through in. She has a Mew. That has something. That has a Pokepower, I'm pretty sure. Ah, this is probably not going to be fun. Sorry, oh, it has de-evolution beam. Let's not let that happen. It does have Psywave, so 10 damage times number of energy cards attached to the defending Pokemon. That's not good. I do have Lick. I would have to go for a paralysis chance on this turn. I do have a potion, thankfully. Okay, get the head, so that's paralyzed. That's 20 damage off the back because of weakness. I would need to do that twice. Like another turn of paralysis to take that out. So there's one energy card. I need an energy removal to slow that thing down. Or I needed a Gengar. I mean, what I can do, because of Psy Wave, I can just keep one energy back on my Ghastly to keep that at 20 damage. I might actually do that. Even before I get another heads. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, that was a good play then. Because if I did that, they would have hit me for quite a lot of damage and potentially knocked out my Ghastly. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I'm not weak to Psychic. Of course not. Ah! Yeah, dumb bum. That's a thing. Okay, I'm not evolving. I just want this thing gone because it does have De-Evolution Beam. And I would have no way of attacking it if I evolved into a Haunter either. I'd have to hope for like 2 towers, which is kind of too risky. Yes! Oh! Oh! No! 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 Why'd you put that on the bench? What? No! 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 Oh wait, what'd that have? That's it. I haven't seen that Mew. What did that have? What did that Mew have? That had a Poke Power and I didn't read it. Neutralizing Shield and Size Shock. Prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to Mew by evolved Pokemon, including your own. This power stops working while Mew is asleep, confused, or paralyzed. Oh. Oh. I would need to attack that with my Mr. Mime. The only way I can attack this, as I said, is with Lick. Or Curse. I'm not evolving. I would love to evolve, but I can't at this point. Because I need to stay as a Ghastly and attack. Oh man, I didn't get the paralysis. That would have been quite nice if I got that. Because I'm not weak to Mr. Mime, even with a Meditate, which it needs 2 to do. Okay, drew an Alakazam. I can put the Alakazam back. I have nothing else on the bench, do I? No. Well, this is kind of shoddy at the moment. I actually take that out next turn. Let's get rid of that. That's a threat out the way, actually. That's really good. So Mr. Mime goes down. Draw a card. Okay, so the Mew comes onto the field. So luckily I didn't evolve because I can't do any damage at all to this thing. I didn't check. Paralysis, okay, that's not too bad. I got Gengar again. I have 2 Gengars and I have like no way of actually doing anything. If I had a Gengar on the bench, that would have been great. It does have only 4. What I can do, because it won't do any damage to it, and I don't think Poke Powers apply. I don't want to risk it either, just in case it does. Because if I do that, I've got no way of countering this thing. Okay, Licky Tongue on the bench. Oh, it swapped into Drowsy. Okay, well, I can damn well attack now. Wait, no, I can't, because I can't Dark Mind it. The only way I'll be able to take it out is with Curse. But as I said, if I'm risking a move, I really don't know what to do. I will probably regret this after. I need to get rid of this thing. Potion, heal up. I can get rid of this Drowsy now. And just go, energy removal on Licky Tongue, because why not? Maintenance, Alakazam, Haunter. I probably will regret that later. Thin the deck a little bit with Energy Search. Because at the moment I don't have another basic Pokemon to fall back on either. I need that to change. Okay, Mew. Okay, that's down. So prize card there. Oh no! I forgot. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I knew damn well. I said it out loud. Dark Mind will not affect the Mew on the bench. Use it on the other Pokemon, then move the damage counter to Mew. I said that out loud. I didn't even listen to myself. That's a problem when you don't even listen to yourself. Drowsy. I won't do any damage to this, but I will do damage to the Drowsy. This has got another stall battle, isn't it? And at the moment, I just can't seem to draw what I need. Oh wait, what? KrimZen, what are you doing? You forgot to use curse. Oh wow, I am so off my game, it's not funny. Okay, we've finally got some shenanigans. KrimZen just finally worked out what she is doing and what day it is. She's finally actually playing the game the way that it's supposed to be played. Okay, you gotta do 3 more curses there. I would have to do 2 more if I actually did what I was said out loud I was going to do. Oh, that's so embarrassing. The problem is though, if I get paralyzed, I can't use curse, so that's another issue too. Come on, where's another Pokemon when you need it? I mean, heck, even Mr. Mime would be very nice at this point. Pokepower, curse, yes. Drowsy, mood, attack, dark mind. Okay, so we can take this Mew out eventually. Getting that bloody licky tongue down though is going to be really annoying because I have no way of touching that. I can't touch Colourless Pokemon at all at this point, I don't think, outside of Curse. And that has something like 90 HP, which means 9 curses to take that out. I finally got another Pokemon to use. Oh, that didn't take like 3,000 years or anything. Okay, let's heal up there. Pokepower, I don't want to use Invisible Wall. Move that. 1 more curse, that goes down. And we can work on taking out that Drowsy too. She should already have 2 prize cards left, I think. So if I just keep doing that, knocking out the Drowsy. That was nasty. She sacrificed the energy card on her Drowsy to knock out my energy card. And she knocked out quite a lot of it too. Oh. That was rude. Yo. That was not nice. Doesn't matter, that doesn't stop me from knocking out your Pokemon. Oh, that was it. Nice. Again, slow battle. Unless I take this video over an hour, we're not going to be taking out the whole club. Last Sphero, Slowbro, Golduck, Onyx, Magnemite, Slowbro, Coughing, Doduo, and Tangela. Another Laboratory. Hypno, Golbat, Magnus, Seadra, Slowpoke, Recycle, Onyx, Spearow, Magnemite, Gambler. Alright. Can this last Pokemon not have a... Can we talk to Murray now? Nah. He's still out of it. Alright, gotta take out this last person, which is Daniel. What do you think Murray's doing over there in the corner? He's thinking about how to duel using his new cards. We strive to better ourselves here at the Psychic Club. I see you've won a medal, then I will duel with you. What happens if you don't win a medal? Did I not duel you or something? Alright, another 4 prize cards. Alright, please don't have a Colourless card. Can we make this a quick one? Oh no, here we go. He is a Wigglytuff. Why does he have a Colourless Pokemon? No! Please don't start with that Jigglypuff because I won't be very happy. Alright, we start with Mr. Mime, which is great. Oh, too many Psychic cards. Seriously, I have only 15 Psychic Energy cards. I seem to be drawing more 3 bench Pokemon. That's not cool. If they leave with a Colourless, I'm in a lot of trouble here. They leave with an Execute, which is a Grass type. Nice. Well, that's something. I could actually do something to that. Not on turn 1 though, but that's all she wrote for turn 1, unfortunately. Alright, so Execute with Hypnosis. I'm now asleep. That's kind of unfortunate. Heads! Hey! What is this? I'm actually calling the heads and getting the heads. Well, I can actually do some maintenance here and put some Psychic Energy cards back and hope I get a decent card. Luck of the draw! Kinda? It's something. I mean, it's not an energy card at least. I should have probably gone through and checked what the bench was because I could be preparing for a potential Colourless card. Oh, there's a Jigglypuff. Totally didn't see that happening. Ah. Heads. Yeah, I knew it was too good to be true. Okay, and I'm drawing more Psychic Energy cards. Yep, that's a thing. And I don't flip another head. I flip another tails. It's over. They've got a Jigglypuff. I'm asleep. Oh, I actually flip ahead. Alright, well, all is not lost. Oh, come on. Don't tell me all the Psychic Energy cards are on top of the deck. Who shuffled this deck? It's like my real life shuffling. Pretty shonky. Of course they retreated. Ouch. That could be all she wrote for this duel, actually. Yeah, I think that could be all she wrote. I think that's it. I think that's all she wrote. That's all she wrote, folks. GG. Oh, man, I hate colorless Pokemon. Oh, Mr. Mime was knocked out. Oh, man. I can't do anything to colorless Pokemon. That's an issue. I never actually gave that a thought. Due to the very lackluster power that this deck gives out, I can't do anything. Would it be considered cheating if I like swap my deck halfway through and just take this out? I am so sick of colorless. I am ending this right now. I'm gonna be swapping to the Blastoise deck. Oh man, I am not having another game of stalls, so let's just finish this. Oh man, I know I'm all for like swooping up the playstyles just to try new things out, but if it's ending up like that, you know something's wrong. So let's just swap it up. Two magic. Can't even talk at the moment. 2 Magikarps. That's the way to start. At least I've got something to fall back on. I think I had Gyarados too. I actually flipped the heads again. My flips are like on point today, which is nice. I still have computer search in this deck, which is surprising. Gust of Wind, another Water Energy card. I have a Gyarados, so I can use that next turn. I can go computer search too. What can I computer search for? 2 Gyarados? Let's get a Gust of Wind and the maintenance card. Let's go search for that Gyarados. Thank you. So next turn I can go for 2 Gyaradoses and be like, wonder why I didn't attack? My fingers just did what my brain didn't want it to do. Okay, I'm just totally not thinking at the moment. That's what it is. I need another energy card, I do believe, to use Gyarados. I do. Yeah, I really don't know why I didn't attack last turn. If I'd done that, I could have actually had 20 damage already done in this execute. That was a stupid play. I ended a turn without attacking, yeah. Okay, that happened. That happened. But Professor right there, no discard, draw 7 cards, fresh new hand. Clefairy Doll, haha, I could troll with a switch card here if I had one. I got plenty of water energy cards, which is great. I got a Lapras, let's put that down. I got anything but a Squirtle as well, that was a really nice draw. Dragon Rage, let's just end this. Watch this person not have a Jigglypuff down. Oh man, that'd be just the way if no Jigglypuff existed. Another execute. And then the worst thing is, he hasn't like attacked or anything with no hypnosis. He's just gone end turn, end turn, end turn, end turn. If he has no Jigglypuff, I'm gonna be super salty. Like super salty. He does not have a Jigglypuff down. Why does he not have Jiggly down? My bench is so full at the moment, it's not funny. Have my rage in the form of Dragon's Rage. I can't believe that. I got the switch I control. He did not have Jigglypuff down, which means my bloody side deck could have worked. Which means I could have actually done that and not felt guilty about switching my deck to the water deck to actually win this. Oh, man. How unfair is that, or just completely how unlucky is that? The one time I said I didn't want, like... Oh, my bench is full. If I didn't put that Clefairy down, that Clefairy doll down, I actually would have been able to put that down. But no, the one time I swapped my deck up because I was like, I'm sick of colorless cards and not being able to do anything to them, is the one time they don't bring any. I won anyways, but not the point. I won by not using my psychic deck. You know, ordinary play if you can defeat me. What a way to make me feel like a scumbag for not bringing the bloody psychic deck. Anyways, evolution. Another Gengar. What's that, number 4 for this episode? Graveler, Weepinbell, Jinx, Squirtle, Ghastly, Energy Search, Eevee, Krabby, Psychic Energy card, and another evolution deck. Machamp, Energy Retrieval, Haunter, Weepinbell, Eevee, Krabby, Ghastly, Energy Search, Pidgey, Psychic Energy card. Right. You did not make me feel like a scumbag or anything for doing that. Alright, let's see if we can take Murray down with at least a psychic deck. Wait, what? He still won't listen? What? Hey, are you getting any closer to inheriting legendary Pokemon cards? Murray the Psychic Club. I have some information on his deck. It seems to be a deck that uses Alakazam's damage swap. It'd be very difficult to defeat a Pokemon, defeat his deck of Psychic Pokemon. Psychic Pokemon are tricky since their weakness is a Psychic Pokemon. Try to defeat him before his Pokemon evolves in Alakazam. Murray's a tough opponent. Here, take this. Okay, Laboratory. Electrode, Marowak, Porygon, Magma, Slowpoke, Gambler, Tentacle, Onix, Grimer, Psyduck. Fight to the end, Kath, and don't give up. Alright, I gotta figure out, is there something I gotta do to make Murray actually activate? I should have taken down everyone. I did take down... Wait, I only took down 3, didn't I? Did I? No, there's only 3 underlings and then there's a 4th trainer, which is the master. Alright. Yo, let me see if this happened. Yo, what? Okay. He kinda isn't activating. I played my spell card, but it failed to activate for some reason. Don't tell me I need a certain amount of medals to activate Murray. Oh man. 1 second, I'm gonna go look this up for a second. I know this is meant to be a blind playthrough, but I'm gonna find out why Murray isn't battling. Okay, so early in the episode I cracked a joke saying, what happens if you didn't have enough medals to take on the trainers? It turns out there is a medal requirement for this club. And if you didn't have at least 1 medal before you came here, the trainers wouldn't duel you. And it turns out it's the same thing for Murray. I can't duel Murray because I don't have enough medals. In other words, I've done this, and I don't have enough medals. I just don't have enough badges to take this guy on. Oh man, are you serious? I've come here for nothing. Oh man. Oh. I have 3 medals, but it's not enough. And my strategy guide doesn't tell me how many I actually need, so it's either I find that out afterwards and I'll post on the screen how many I actually need, but at this point I just don't have enough to take him on, so unfortunately that's it. I can't do any more. So much for doing like a complete club. That's basically it, so I'll have to come back and beat Murray another time, which means we may have to move on to the fighting club and actually take that on, so that does require us to go around and find the fighting club members scattered throughout the overworld. And I don't think I've ever found them, so that'll be interesting. We'll be running around and finding them. I don't know if I'll use the psychic deck again. I might see if I can use the psychic deck again in the next episode, because of the fact that I chickened out on one of them and actually used the blue deck for this episode. I know, I'll see if I go with it. I either might make another deck, or I just use the psychic deck again. Oh man, I'm still super salty about that last duel because I didn't have Jigglypuff. I could have used the psychic deck there. And I'm also super salty because I can't take on Murray, so that's the thing. So yeah, don't go to Murray too early because you won't be able to duel him. So, As I said, can't leave him for a later date, but that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else I need to do. I've already done the PC reading as well. So he has Alakazam with Damage Swap. And I think my strategy guide, because I already had a look at what his deck was, unfortunately, so the kind of like the whole surprise behind the blindness thing is gone. But yeah, he does have a Mr. Mime in this deck. That's all I managed to saw, and he had like Chansey as well, which is not fun. And it has like Scrunch, and then it has Double Edge, which does huge amount of damage plus recall to itself. So that's the thing to look forward to, I guess. Hopefully by the time I do come back to do Murray, I've actually forgotten about that. As I said, otherwise it kind of just takes out the whole fun of it being a blind sting. But yes, I don't think there's anything else I need to actually say, so thank you so much to the people who stuck around for this entire video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope my sick voice wasn't too much to listen to. Hopefully the next time I record another TCG episode, I'm a little bit better. I won't have a whopping big headache, I hope. So yeah, hopefully the whole headache didn't hinder me too much in regards to my decision making. There were some pretty cringy decisions made throughout this episode, most likely. But until next time, as I said, I go make the decision, do I use the Psychic deck again, or do I actually go back on one of my other decks and try them out again? And as I said, I think I'll take on the Fighting Club next. I think hopefully that's not a medal requirement. I'll probably double check that before we actually do the next episode, because otherwise I'm going to get into it and be like, I can't do this again. Oh, that'd be fun. But anyways, guys, otherwise, if I do manage to get another Electabuzz or something, we may actually do the Water Club next or something. I know, as I said, it kind of just depends on if I pull in my own spare time, because during my own spare time, when I'm not actually recording this, I'm only doing Ibukuni, so kind of why the whole card collecting's being a little bit slow, because I'm only been able to grind off the trainers I've already beaten in the actual walkthrough itself. So I'm kind of limited at the moment, but that's the thing. But anyways, guys, until next time, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. Ciao!